And I don't want to get like too, I don't want to go down that road as far as what a nigga might call you or me or narcissism. I don't like none of them terms as far as, and what's funny to me is like, that's the first thing people say about people. Like, what else is there other than that? I wouldn't even know what to even say as to what is another personality type. You got that, and then what else? It's like, that just go to show you like how imbalanced the whole fucking speculation is, the whole analyzation is, the whole analysis is. But when it comes down to, I mean, it's just the fact that we are all connected. And as far as focusing on yourself, I'm not saying focus on yourself. What I'm saying is focus. First of all, right? And we got hard workers out here, right? We got achievers out here. What is that related to? What is that structure related to? What is that curriculum benefiting as well as contributing to on a universal spectrum? And that's what I'm referring to, is the universal. The fact that to focus, to consider, to then, I guess you could say, grow, to build on your appreciation, on your comprehension, on your understanding, appreciation, on your comprehension, on your understanding, from a universal perspective, from a universal approach, which means the most natural, for one, right? The most organic, the most authentic, okay? Whether that be socially, whether that be secularly, whether that be professionally, whether that be personally. In every one of those spectrums, authentic, organic, natural. If it cannot include all four of those areas, then it is that much less authentic. If it can't be personally and professionally authentic, then it's just that much less professionally authentic or personally authentic, right? If it's personally authentic and organic and natural and universal, but it's not professionally universal and organic, then it's, say for instance, in these particular comparisons, half authentic, right? Where if you were to focus enough, take the time to seek and develop experiences in respects towards focusing on integrating, in pinpointing, in developing, in realizing the connections. In as much as whatever it is that you do, you're only going to do so much. You can't do two things at once until you start doing any one thing more fully. And to do it more fully, it already includes the effect of anything else in addition that you would do simultaneously to it. For one. Secondly, it takes time to do whatever it is, no matter how inclusive or universal it is. So it's going to take the time so as to confirm within your own life and your appreciation, beyond denial and distraction, within your own realm, based on where on this scale you're born, whether it's 10 fingers on the edge or 10 steps from the zero, as far as the components and aspects of your actual everyday decisions, my nigga. Within your own, you know what I'm saying, propensity and sector, basically. Your own sort of experience as well as which is your existence. You know, and starting there and going from there, because it's going to bring certain things before you. You're not going to have to chase anything. It's called the law of attraction, family. which is the base principle of manifestation through cultivation into material realization, yes? Which is all your thinking to begin with, my nigga. What is your focus? Yes, you work hard, and I commend you, because you got to start somewhere. Focus. And the same where to start is the same where to start. And when we say we got to start somewhere, that means you need to have in mind exactly where you are starting and its relation to where it is to start. Focus. So when we say we got to start somewhere, that don't mean everybody starts somewhere else. It does mean everybody starts somewhere else as far as getting to where to actually start from. But once we there, is what I'm saying, the exchanges are much more universal, much more organic, much more authentic, much more natural. Okay? These are just the facts. It makes sense without explanation. You can even say telepathic. Okay? You can even say telekinetic. Okay? You can even say clairsentient, right? We in the zero zone, okay? Not even just the 50s, all right? We working hard, don't get me wrong, but you ain't working smart and hard. And how you gonna work smart if you ain't thinking? And if you are focused on only one area of knowledge to begin with so as to achieve this particular objective, which relates to your motive, then you only working so smart, family. Don't get me wrong, cuz. Please, don't get me wrong. I'm not sitting here saying this shit for nothing. Like, I have shit to do right now, cuz. Okay? I'm not finna write about this, cuz. I'll say this in a sentence. You done read my shit, cuz. I'll say this in a sentence. And it's not about what I'm doing. It's just that's where I'm at. That's where I'm starting from. You understand? You dig? So, in thinking of yourself, that's not where you start from, with yourself. But you get there by thinking. It's on yourself, right? You thinking of yourself, right? But it's not of yourself. You're thinking on. As far as thinking of yourself, right? Like you say, okay, that person's only thinking of themselves. They're not considering the effect that their actions is having on other people. They care more about how they feel than how their actions affect or determine or influence the feelings of others around them. Right? Now, that's not what I mean when I say thinking of yourself or thinking for yourself. I'm saying that you have to think, you have to focus on your actions, is what I'm saying. Right? Not your feelings, cuz. You have to think about what to do based on what you can do, based on what you have done, based on what you can imagine as possible. And not even just based on it, but in relation to it. And that's not even necessarily only what should happen or what you have to do, but that's very involved with what is most necessary before you make any decision. And that is what? To focus, yo. To focus, to be clear on what it is that you are choosing. That's important to make any smart decision, because you can do whatever. But in order to advance because you can always extend. But to advance, it's going to take, as we mentioned, smart actions and hard work. Working hard and working smart. Start with working smart because it's hard enough to figure out exactly the best thing to do. Right? It takes action in order to think. Okay? And it takes strenuous action in order to continue to develop thoughts past distractions, past the limit of your knowledge, the limit of your understanding and experience, family. It takes strenuous fucking hard work to remember where you are from where you left off in the middle of all actions that are happening and that you have to take, that are necessary to continue living. In order to surpass, in order to evolve, in order to advance your circumstances. You can feel like you understand something, but you don't know until you know, and you don't know until you do. Right? And there's certain things that you won't even be able to do until you prove to yourself and master the practice of doing. Right? It's certain questions you can't even answer without speculation, without having to take it on faith until you get in a position to where you even got the means to investigate particular things. And until you even get there, which is advanced, big boy, big draws, you feel me? Heavy duty, tough work, reality actions, all this other things, all these relationships are just intermediate, my nigga. They're only on a particular level, and you don't want to have to afford them too much of significance, because that in itself will take away from the true significance of that connection with you and whoever else, cuz you're doing, first of all, those that you are loving a disservice, let alone yourself a disservice, in order to love them more complete or past whatever you understand yourself to be doing. More complete or past whatever you understand yourself to be doing. If you are not grown, if you have not advanced, then anyone connected to you now is now hindered more so than what it is you're attempting to do. Now we have to start somewhere, but where are we going? It's the same for everybody, and that's universal, right? That's all-inclusively natural, my nigga. All-inclusively authentic, sincere, and genuine, yes? Now, there may be different occasions, different reasons that we are not so transparent or obvious with our genuineness. But that's different from malice, my nigga. That's different from contention, my nigga. That's different from animosity, my nigga. Okay? It takes being creative in order to maneuver sometimes in different sort of settings and atmospheres, as well as, fucking social climates. You know what I mean? But it's like, what are we doing? Or what type of work are we doing out here? What really is the work that's happening? Because we all in this together, and we on the same job, and that is this earth in itself is our first assignment, my nigga. Okay? Because it's things in this earth that make it possible for us to be able to do anything. The very gold up out of the earth is what's making money possible to do anything. Why? Well, that takes some thinking. And she already on my mind always. I can't think about nothing without thinking about her. I see the earth, I see her. I smell a flower, I think of her. But we still need answers, homie. I'ma go to another man to tell me? We must go within. We must go within. And that is all automatically throughout, as long as you see it through. And love and life and the earth and light is going to bring her in front of you. Bring her in front of you. And you're not going to know always what to say. You're not always going to know what to say. And it's not always going to be someone you should say something to. But one time out of them 10 times. Be authentic, man. No. Every time be authentic if it's going to be any time. But every one of them times is not going to work how you expect it. But it's going to show you something that you need to see. And that's the design, homie. That's the matrix, homie. The matrix ain't no trap. It's a contraptment. It's a device. It's a design. You feel me? It's an emporium. You know? You can let it catch you up in these murky, shadowy corners. It can snag you, or you can navigate this bitch, buddy. You understand? That's all I'm saying. And so, one time out of them 10 times, magic is gonna happen. And it's gonna take you respecting that connection that didn't have to happen, yo. She didn't have to be there. She could have been anywhere. But she's right there next to you, in front of you, looking in your eyes, my nigga. You dig? Now, she may not be the one, but you know, for what reason are you even looking at her if she's not the one? Right? And you don't know. She may not be the full one, but it's not about none of that. Because there's still time involved. You know what I'm saying? As far as the energies and how you're going to allow yourself to have thoughts about anybody else, that's a low level, yo. Don't never think of no one else, my nigga. If you're not at least thinking of, not of yourself, but thinking through yourself. Because you got to realize you're thinking of a person for a reason that applies to you. Unless you're thinking of them. And if you're thinking of them, it will take you focusing on doing more completely anytime and every time you do anything. Otherwise, don't cheat yourself or cheat them by even thinking about them. She might accept it, but if she's that gracious enough to accept that, then that's just that much more she deserves. And you deserve in the connection. Don't stop there. Don't stop there. Don't stop there. You gotta stay moving. And keep stepping. Don't run. Dance. One time. For 4 steps. They can equal anything. They're all in your emphasis. Because why? All is within, right? And we can't ask for too much, family. You're gonna have exactly what you need, even if it's not what it seems. Right? And you're gonna use it to your advantage or to your own detriment, is the point. However, when you involve others, even to something as minute as considering the idea of them, whether or not, even if you're not looking directly at them, with malice, you feel me? In an unfavorably, non-friendly manner, like, you feel me? Like, no, nigga. It's really not all right. Like, this is not a movie, like, all right? That's all I mean. It's like it's so much else to see other than looking at a person. So what? Are you not a person? Right? Like I said, what if God was on earth? And you found out you was sitting there staring at God, watching him the whole time. It would fuck you up, because you were like, if you would have known it was God, you would have looked at him, but you was already looking at him, and the nigga wasn't even fucking God. Because was God, and you didn't even know, and you was looking at the nigga anyway.